What's going on, guys? Let's see if I can get some lighting. Oh, nope. All right, lighting's not gonna be good. What's happening, guys? So, this is the first thing I'm doing of what I'm calling prep camp. So, for those of you guys that don't know, my name's John Fabi. I've competed in bodybuilding. Let me just lower that just a little bit. Competed in bodybuilding since 2011, and I haven't done a show since 2014. Recently, I decided to get back on stage, and I decided really, this is going to be a boring ass video, but recently I decided that I wanted to get back on stage. So what I want to do during this process is film, document whenever I can, at least weekly, maybe a little bit more frequently, about what's going on, what I'm doing with my prep, how I'm doing it, as far as nutrition, training. Right now, I got 5 months before I'm going to actually do the show. So it gives me some time to, right now, get a little bit of extra body fat off, go into a little phase where I'm just going to be focusing on building up strength, building up my endurance, and just getting all that nutritional foundation down. And we'll move on from there. We'll see exactly what's going on, how I'm feeling, and be updating on everything. Everything that comes in with prep. And I know, I'm sure a lot of people do something similar. They talk about their prep and they, post stuff on social media. I just want to kind of do my own thing. Not only I'm going to be prepping myself, but also just do my own thing video-wise. Just do something a little different. And go over just fucking everything, man. And let you guys see a little bit insight about what I'm doing, and maybe you can learn something from it. And give a little bit of advice and some tips along the way. Like today, in this video, what I do want to talk about is one of the most important things when it comes down to building muscle, being, in shape, and just life in general, and that's sleep. Sleep is crucial, making sure that they get an appropriate amount of sleep. You'll see people posting like motivational quotes and stuff like that, or making videos talking about, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I do my cardio and all that. Well, you can wake up at freaking 8 a.m. and do your cardio. It doesn't matter. Sleep, you need to have appropriate rest. If you're not resting enough, you're not recovering, right? And so many of the top level bodybuilders, they talk about the exact same thing. They sleep, they eat, they train. Now, even if you're getting up early, you're probably just going to bed early too. And something that I've been dealing with the past couple weeks is a little bit of insomnia. I have sleep apnea to an extent, for whatever reason, whether it's my tonsils being too big or just the weight. But this 2 weeks ago is when it started. I had I was waking up in the night, my throat was dry, it was a little bit hard to breathe, and it was making it just hard to sleep. So start off 1 day, then 2 days, then 3 days, then 7 days go by, and at that point I was dying. I didn't know what to do, so I ended up going to the doctor way later than I should have. But I just didn't realize that I had a sore throat. I had an infection in my throat, so that dryness in my throat was actually just my tonsils being sore and swollen. And when I went there, the doctors took a look at my throat and they're like, "Holy shit, we need to get you on antibiotics now." So started taking the antibiotics. After a while, eventually helped. And at that point, I was already starting to get better from the sickness, anyways. And they gave me like a cough syrup because I tried everything to go to sleep. I took melatonin, I took CBD oil, I took, you name it, I gave it a shot. A freaking shot of whiskey for my throat, I did. What fucking else did I do? Just anything, like having, playing ambient noise, like sleep sounds, shutting off all the lights, anything that there was, I gave it a shot and it just wasn't working. You start waking up, you start getting anxiety, you start getting a little anxious, so you have to move around, and, it just, even down to, I stopped taking in caffeine throughout the day, which made work hard. That's another thing to mention. On top of being a bodybuilder, I am a personal trainer. I do that full time. I own my own studio. I do about 65 hours a week worth of work just at the studio on top of what I'm doing for my workouts. I have other hobbies. See, there's a little aquarium back there, so I have to be able to maintain that, and I have 5 others that I do, but that's a completely different thing. So I'm constantly going, I'm constantly moving, and not being able to sleep appropriately limits and hinders your results. It makes it harder for you to build muscle, because when you're in the gym and you're training, you're not building muscle, you're breaking it down, right? And when are you the most effective at recovering from stuff? When you're asleep. So to find good sleeping patterns and maintain that is crucial. And after that week of not being able to sleep and having that issue going on in my throat, it started to go away. And, I got a few good nights of sleep to the point where, like, maybe I fell asleep a little bit later and I'm sleeping in a little late too, waking up probably half hour before I had to go to work. So, I'm rushing to get, my breakfast in and get my shit packed and not going looking like a slob to the office. But managed that for a little while. And then now that I'm, a little away from the sickness and away from that initial fatigue from just being run down for days, I'm my sleep patterns are shot. So like last night, for example, nothing. I fell asleep probably 5 a.m. I closed my eyes a couple times, started waking up, you get a little anxious, you start moving around, find something to do, try and tire you out. Right now I'm studying for a new certification, so I was reading a little bit of that book. I did freaking 2 loads of laundry that night, and it just wasn't helping. So I ended up going for a drive for a little bit, went around the block, got a little heavy-eyed, came home, passed out, woke up 10 minutes before work. So that's something I have to deal with right now. That's my initial issue that I have moving into training to get back on stage, is getting my sleep patterns back on track. There is some lagging body parts I have to work on. I also got into a motorcycle accident back in August. So I broke both my hands during that and had some soft tissue injuries, in my clavicle and the shoulder, and dealing with pain with that. I took progress photos last week, and I can see that my back's a little crooked, my shoulders are off, my lat's a little tweaked. I was training chest last night. I can see that this pec isn't contracting the same way as this one. So that's something I'm going to have to deal with, and I'm going to go over that as I treat it, whether it's like stuff I'm doing on my own, or if I'm going to a chiropractor, massage therapist, things like that. I want to cover everything for you guys. I'll be putting out videos at least once a week, like I said. Time's a factor for me, for sure, to be able to do this. I've been wanting to do videos and making some type of video series for a long time. I've randomly filmed stuff, things I've posted, haven't posted. And if you guys like the stuff, if you want to see more that's going on, I'm still getting used to it. Videos will be a little bit more entertaining. I will throw in some training videos and, again, go over more tips as far as nutrition, as far as training, what I'm doing to help with sleep, with recovery, tanning, everything when it comes down to this prep. I have one show picked out. Like I said, it's 5 months away. You guys can figure out what that is. I'm not going to say what show I chose just yet. And I probably will be doing some physique updates, give you guys a look at where I'm at. Not weekly, but that'll be like maybe once a month or something. Kind of keep things on the down low. And I haven't been on the competitive scene in a long time, so it will be definitely cool getting back into it. I used to coach bodybuilders. I haven't been doing that as much because my bread and butter has become the studio, and I'm training, Joe and Jane Smith, just average people, helping them lose weight. And the focus of that is giving them the same elite caliber of training or coaching that, an athlete would get, as opposed to, these people coming in and signing up at like a big box gym where they have, a dude that just got certified, doesn't have experience, is really passionate about it, just got a certification because he wanted to pick up some hot chicks at the gym. My focus is for myself and whatever team I'm hiring to have working for me, that they're going to be delivering elite level results for clients of all levels, whether you're just starting off in the gym or you're an established athlete. So that's the gist of my boring ass video. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys want to see more of what I'm going to be talking about, and are going to join me during this prep. If you do like the video, if you do want to see more, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll be posting up more videos on a weekly basis. Have a good one, guys.